Hey guys, Sure Midget here making a video on my WE M16. This started out as an M16A1, the Vietnam style. So, but a lot of the information about this rifle has to do with even all of WE's M4 systems, even their 416s that are CTBRs, internally wise. But externally, it was the M16A1. And the reason why you know that is because of the barrel here. The barrel is it's a pencil barrel, and there's no divots at all. It's just completely one width. Well, that's actually not true, because here it gets thicker. But on the exposed part, which I guess this part could be exposed back here if you had a shorter rail. But out of the box, this barrel part right here does not have a groove. Here, I'll show you. Like this. And I'm actually not sure what this is for. I think this is for a bayonet, because the bayonet attaches right here. No, I think the little hook is up here. I'm not sure what this is for. It might be a grenade launcher attachment, I think. I think they make grenade launchers that will go on the rail here and clip up here. I think the old ones did that or something. Not totally sure on that. I should know that, but I don't. Also, this is a standard 14.5-inch barrel, and this one is a 20-inch barrel, so this is an M16. I'm more of a fan of the 16 inches, which would be like this long, but with this long of a rail, it would not look very good with a 16-inch, I don't think. Let's start from the back and go to the front. WE M16s out of the box, they are fairly good. The price tag on them is like $260, I think, $260, $270. They're not easy to find, which is kind of sad, but they're not super hard to find either. So all of the WE M16s will come with a full stock. I think they're all the same length, but they do make different length full stocks, but I don't think WE does. In real life, they do. So I think there's only one size, and these stocks are really nice, and they're expensive. So let's say you got this M16, oh, I'd rather have a standard crane stock. Well, you can go after market and get, or not a crane stock, but any stock. Standard buffer tube, you could go get that. Standard everything. Buffer tube, stock, any stock you want. And put it on here, and you can sell what was originally on here, the full stock, for a lot of money. They're like $65 on e-bike. It says like GMP, WA, WE gas blowback type. I'm not sure which company actually makes it. I would imagine it would be a GMP or a WE OEM. So it is a full stock. It has a compartment back here, and it has this one screw on the back here, which I will actually take it out and show you, because some people, these stocks are very simple, and it's not like when you pull this out, the spring's going to shoot out or anything. So you unscrew the screw, and you pull this off, and you have this gigantic buffer tube. Be careful, there's a spring here for your body pin detent. But this is a long buffer tube, so you need a full stock buffer. Now, I'm not sure if the stock WEs come with that, but let me tell you, the person I bought this full stock from, the buffer that he gave me was the standard length, so I had to put some things inside of the buffer to space it. So I'm not sure if the stock WE ones come with a full stock buffer, or if there's like spacers on the inside of the tube. I'm not totally sure. Also, the plastic is alright. It was a little unrealistic, so I took a sandpaper and just sanded it all down, because it looks a little bit more realistic. It looks a little rough though. I did put a sticker on the back there as well, but that, you won't get that when you buy this gun. Up here you have your charging handle, which the stock WE ones it's like zinc, and it comes with a steel latch. So this is a real charging handle that I put in here, but I carried over the WE steel latch, because the latch that I had for this real charging handle actually was falling apart. So you have the charging handle, you have your selector switch, which is only on one side, but since it's a gas blowback, you see it turn, because it goes all the way through. Safe semi-auto. You have your back pin, your front pin, your bolt lock here, which when you charge it, it springs back, but when you, let the charging handle go, the bolt actually contacts the bolt lock. The bolt lock is steel. And then you have your magazine catch, which is only on one side. I don't think it's steel as well. The upper receiver here is... I've heard different people say different things. I'm not sure if it's aluminum or zinc. I'm not sure about the upper and lower if they're aluminum or zinc. To be honest, the lower... I've never seen a lower crack ever, but I have seen uppers crack. I've seen upper receivers crack bad, where some people have said these Tech Magic pins can cause that, or if you tighten your barrel nut too much, it can crack the receiver, which is sad that that can happen. But man, this thing has massive recoil, and I've put like probably 20,000 rounds through this gun so far. Total, over all the parts, I've had to replace things out over the times, but the upper and lower stayed the same, and it's not cracked. I did see somebody break a buffer tube. I think it's because it wasn't screwed in very much, and since the kick is pretty massive, it ended up snapping because it wasn't threaded in very much. Whereas with this, it threads in as far as it can go. Okay, sorry for that. Got distracted there, trying to change the song. The sights on here, you will get a standard triangle sight, which will be actually mounted right here with these pins, and then a screw, I believe, because there is a screw hole there. And a carrying handle, either built-in or not built-in, depends on what model you get. But this is your A2, I believe, upper, which has the rail on the top, so it does not have the built-in carrying handle. I think it's the A2. Maybe it's the A3. There's different variations. The A1, I think, is the one without the removable carrying handle, and then the A2 is the one with the removing carrying handle. And then I think there's an A3, which comes with the chopped back sight. I think that's like the military definition, but not totally sure, so don't quote me on that. Pistol grip, you will get a standard A1 if you get the Vietnam version. It will just have no grooves at all, which is actually a comfortable grip. I don't have it down here. I do have it upstairs. It's a very comfortable grip, actually. I'd compare it to like this Tango Down style here. There's just no, it's just smooth, and there's no storage compartment or anything. There is a storage compartment on this Element grip, right there. I have my hop-up tool in there. Forward assist and dust cover are missing. I don't really care. I'd like to have them both, but if I do the dust or the forward assist would be easy to do, but the dust cover would be hard because this right here, this part of the rail, I have Loctited on, so I can take the screws out, pull my rail off, and actually pull my outer barrel and hop-up out without taking off this. And I have this Loctited on because this, when this is loose, it wobbles. But it hasn't wobbled since, so technically I can't take that off, which really isn't a big deal to me. I don't want to. I love this rail. Now onto the rail. This rail is a JP Tactics or Viking Tactics. This is Viking Tactics by JP. This is a real rail for a real rifle. They run for about $200, and I got it for about $70 worth. And the only damage you see is just scratches. Other than that, it functions. Also, one of these screws in the front is stripped on this, so I can't get it out. I might be able to back it out with like a drill, but I haven't wanted to take it off because, I mean, that can flip down. Anyways, if I do put an optic, I'll just flip it down or take it off. I was thinking about doing like a hand stop on the top, which I would want to move the rail back. I think I wanted to move it back, but it's stripped, so just the screw, the head itself, the Allen wrench part. And then here I made it's a washer. It's a barrel spacer, so the barrel doesn't move, but I had to make the hole bigger. A 3-prong Vietnam flash hider. I have an AFG2 one on here. It's a bigger one. My brother has a flat part, but I think I like this part with the groove. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I haven't decided. I might want it without it. I think I want it without it. I don't know. I'll see. Because he has one in that box. Let me see. Yeah, forget it. It's just the smooth tab you can put in there. Am I missing anything externally? Don't think so. I use Vietnam magazines. I have 5 of these. They all lock back as of now. Bolt lock works, full of .30s and propane. Let's do the internals now. So This inner barrel is actually stock. It's a, just got an open bolt kit, stock barrel, stock bucking, stock unit, and it's the standard M4 length, because my old setup here, right here, this unit has a Lonex bucking, which was alright. The unit itself is actually damaged pretty bad, but it still works. Like, it slides into the gun, it cycles fine, everything works fine. It's just kind of beaten up on the back because of having to tap it out with a hammer, or with the screwdriver into the chamber, tapping it out. So it's kind of gotten some dents. The length is M16 length, but I think the barrel's a little bent, so I was getting some inconsistent shots. So I just put that in there and tried it out and hopped it up, and it's shooting just like this did, believe it or not, with this length barrel. Like, this is the length, so it's only 2-3 inches shorter than the other one that's in there. So that's not a huge deal for me. And I took the washer out of my nozzle so that the FPS went up, because the FPS went down with the shorter barrel. So then I took the washer out and it went up. I don't know if I put my washer back in there or not. Right now I don't have it in there. I do have a spare nozzle as well. Let's go ahead and take a look. So you pop the back pin out, open the gun up. I have the steel bolt lock in here. I got this in the open bolt kit as well, with 1 layer of heat shrink. Stock trigger box, which is getting worn out. I have the one from the open bolt kit that I got. That's actually, my grandma's getting that for my birthday next month. Buffer here, like I said, standard length. There's some weights in there. WE stock one. WE stock spring. WE stock springs, in my opinion, are the best springs in a stock gas blowback rifle. Because the GMP and the I've had 2 different GMPs, and the King arms suck. And I've also tested a friend's in the Katsu, and it didn't seem very good. So then I have spacers back here. Yeah. So I put that down in there. That there. The buffer lock is steel, stock, I believe. Yeah. And it's more realistic than a lot of the other ones, other gas blowbacks in the market. So pull the charging handle out. You can't pull it all the way out because it's realistic. It locks into the receiver, unlike the GMPs and a lot of the other WA copies. So then you can pull your bolt out, and your charging handle, you can take it out of the groove. It's a real one, like I said. I had to glue the pin in there because it was real loose. Charging handle is pretty dirty, but only the roller bearing contacts and a little bit of the gas key, probably. No, the gas key shouldn't be touching the charging handle. New hopup unit, so like, there's no paint rub off yet. It's a little dirty. I did feel it. Yeah, it's dirty. I'll clean it before I go again, but I think it's dirty because I did some like sanding down on the bolt lock, and some of the metal shavings got in there. Anyways, the bolt here, let me go and show you the bolt. Put the charging handle in there. The bolt carrier is stock WE. Now, what do I have to say about stock WE bolt carriers? They sort of suck. The finish on this is it's a joke. Now, when I got this, there was actually bad seam lines where the paint had, not seam lines, but paint lines, I guess, and I just chipped it. Like, it was just sticking up, and that's not good, so I chipped it, and I had to do it down here, too, because it was uneven. So the paint was applied horribly. And as you can see, I mean, right here, the paint's starting to rub off after, like, 500 rounds. So the paint sucks. The metal itself is zinc, which sucks as well. But it's a really good design. You have the top guide here, which is screwed in, which is good. But that can strip because it's zinc. So they need to come out with, WE needs to come out with a new carrier that's aluminum, some high quality aluminum. Doesn't need to be steel, just high quality aluminum. So top nozzle guide, your gas key is actually screwed on there, right there. Side guide here, and your nozzle, which springs. Like I said, I have a spare nozzle. I always have a spare nozzle. The spare nozzle I had, I modified, but I think it should work. I took off top rail here on the one. It should work still. Even if it doesn't, I'll just get a new front part, which is like $5. But anyways, the only other issue that I see really is that the bolt lock is actually scraping against the bottom of my bolt, and my other 2 carriers, that was an issue. I don't know what to do because my bolt will not lock back unless I have a piece of heat shrink on there. And also, if I don't have the piece of heat shrink on there, then these tabs wear out really quickly. And then you have to buy new tabs. And the bolt will stop locking back. And that, I just hate that. So I have to have that on there, but it's scraping against the bottom here. So I'm not sure, because that can create a lot of issues, because the issue that I have with my other carriers, well, one of them at least, it opened up and had a huge gap, and I actually was stupid enough to like tear away the metal, thinking that it wouldn't have an issue, because it was actually jamming up the nozzle. So I kept tearing away the metal here, thinking that, you know, I was holding the nozzle up, and it was, but it made the compression horrible. So even if there's small holes in there, like the metal starts to go away, and there's, you know, you can see the nozzle in there, isn't actually too big of a deal, because with one of my carriers it was like that and it worked for a long time, and then I sold it. So yeah, so I don't know how long it's going to last, but as of now the bolt locks back and everything. Even if holes start to develop there, it's really not too big of a deal, because I've had holes, like I said, at that point. The only thing that WE needs to do, like I said, is make their aluminum better. Their bolt carrier needs to be aluminum, because even if the aluminum here was from higher quality, it would stand up to the steel bolt catch, because the steel bolt catch rubs against the bottom of the bolt, tearing the bolt apart, but not the bolt catch. So if they did a higher quality bolt, not even steel, but aluminum, a higher quality aluminum, instead of like zinc crap, it would hold up a lot better, even thicker paint or something, but then it might get sticky. So we're going to go ahead and shoot a mag here. A full mag of BBs, filled it all the way to the brim. I loaded this up with gas a while ago. I have sight in for 200 feet, so the BBs start to drop at about 200, but I can hit people past that for sure. I need to go outside and do a range test again, because last time, I actually got really cold last week. It got like 50 degrees out, and it's summer. It got really cold last week, so I'll probably go out tomorrow or even the day after, maybe Saturday. I'll just go out and just range test it, because the next Saturday I'm going out to play and I'm taking this. So I took this Saturday and actually failed on me. And the gameplay was so bad, there were a lot of cheaters, it wasn't fun, it was not a good game, so I didn't even record. But anyways, my bolt jammed back here, so I added another spacer in my buffer tube, which got rid of that issue because the bolt came back too far and caught on the hammer. So I put another spacer back there that's like another 1/3 of an inch, so it's not going to go back too far now. I'm a realist person, so like I like the realism of the travel on the bolt, whereas with the WEs, and I'll show you, the bolt stops here, whereas in real life it goes back like another inch. So I wanted to kind of experience more realism where the bolt went back a little bit further, and that kind of proved an issue, which it went through most of the day until it had that issue. So I don't know what it was, but there's another like 1/3 of an inch there. So if it does happen again, something's really wrong, but I don't think it will because I added more space in there. So let's go ahead and shoot. I'll chrono it after a few shots. I'll have to change the .2s. Nope, not .2s. I run Vulcan .30s, and I also use some really crappy 32s, but Vulcan .30s are so expensive that I don't think I'm going to be able to afford them, so I'm going to have to probably use the cheap Golden Ball 30s and see how they run. But the cheap Golden Ball 32s are junk. I have some of those. Hopefully the 30s are different. My brother, he's sponsored by a local field. I don't know if that's still the same, because they were kind of, he has like twice as many subscribers, so he was kind of going to talk to the guy, the sponsor, about how he should get more bonuses, or whatever you want to call it, more BBs or something. But he gets free BBs and gets to play for free at that field, which I would love, which actually I bought some BBs from him because he gets free BBs, and he can't use them all. He doesn't shoot a whole lot, and I do. And I tried out Vulcan 30s, and I was like, dang, these are good, so he sold a box to my dad for like half price for Christmas for me, so which is cool. I still have some, so when he gets them, I'll probably buy some more from him. Those are 32s, which just a little bit heavier. 402. Dang. 30s. 402. I cannot have this gun shooting that hard, so I'm going to make sure I have my mag half filled with gas when I go chrono, which isn't cheating. Some people might consider it cheating. It's really not. I'm not going to shoot people closer than 20 feet. And if I'm going to shoot somebody that close, it's probably going to be the plate carrier. I'm not going to shoot somebody in the skin, even if it hits your BDUs or anything. Even like multi-cam combat shirt type things. You probably feel it with this, but if you have BDUs on, it'll be loud and you might get a sting, but it's not going to be like, if this hits you in the skin, it's going to hurt bad. So shoot a few more rounds to it, because this mag is like full of gas. 372. That's better. So you can. I want it to be at 350 with 30s. 350 to 360. It can't go over that during the chrono. So I'm not going to be using full auto either, so you don't really have to worry about that. So hopefully it'll pass. 394. That was out. That was my last round. And I'm out. Get it? Out, out. You get it? It's kind of weird. It's like T out. Don't know what T is supposed to stand for. So there you go, and that's where the bolt locks back. It's forward, whereas the real thing locks back even further than this. But still, it gives a massive recoil. It cycles fast. I love the gun. It shoots hard, so I don't know if I'm going to be putting the washer in there or if I'm going to sand down the washer to make it smaller so that I can bring my FPS down by like 30 instead of 50. Don't know where that washer went, but I might make it really small. Anyways, thank you for watching. I apologize for the long video. Again, the trigger parts are zinc as well. I'd recommend getting steel, RA Tech, or Z parts, or just having spare standard parts, which are they're pretty cheap. I'm building a friend a gun for sure. I know he's a JG. It's a zombie killer. Lock back. It's a zombie killer JGM4. I'm going to build him in. I'm going to put upgrades into it as soon as I get it. I won't make a video on it until it's built. I lied. I'll make a review, a shooting test, and a chrono on like the stock gun. And then after that, I'll make a video, a few days later, I'll make a video on the upgraded version. This is, the final product. I might even make the video with him, showing it off and seeing what he thinks about it. My M4 I'm building, still my AEG. My gearbox shell cracked, my VFC shell cracked bad, so I ordered a new shell. It's 6 mil, so I have 6 mil bushings. So when I get that, I'm going to throw it all together and run it for a while, and then I'm going to get a MOSFET. Either that, or I'm not going to run it at all. I'm going to wait till I can afford a MOSFET in like 2 weeks. I can't decide if I want to basically put the old wire harness in there and run it for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, maybe even a week, and buy a MOSFET. It's more like 2 weeks, and then buy a MOSFET and have it shipped here, or just wait for like 2 weeks, get the MOSFET in, then put it back together, and not have to take it apart again to swap out MOSFET, like I would have to do if I put the harness in and use the harness for like 2 weeks or so. I'm thinking more of using the harness and taking it to play, but I'm kind of impatient, so I want to like have the gun up and running, so I think I might just use the harness, but I'm totally not sure yet. But anyways, I'm building that, one of our teammates a gun, a really good gun that's going to perform really, really well. And then also another friend might want me to build his gun. So if he ends up wanting me to do that, I will make a video of the final product and show you guys. I don't know if he'll be on video, but I'm going to build both of them guns. Hopefully, the one definitely agreed to it. He's actually giving us money this week, so I can order it, get the videos done, and then he's going to come over, and I'm actually going to show him how to do some tech work on the gun and put it together and see how it runs. The other friend, I'll probably just work on it myself. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. So look forward to 2 upgraded guns. They'll have the same upgrades pretty much. They'll be running about 25 RPS with a 9.6 at like below 400 FPS. My goal is 380 with 2s, and they'll use 2.5s, so it's like 320 with 2.5s. That's my goal. So we'll see. but 25 RPS at like 320 with 2.5s, that's pretty good. That's what I want my M4 to do. My M4 does get 25 RPS, but since the crack was in there, the FPS went way down because of the air leak. So hopefully it'll be at 320 with 2s with an M100 spring and a ball bearing spring guide to give it some more power. Anyways, sorry for the long video. If you stay tuned this long, go ahead and give it a thumbs up because you're special lasting this long watching a video. I mean, I do it, but most people don't. You know, everybody has like the attention span of a freaking squirrel. But anyway, so you know, if you're interested in high-speed guns, I do a lot of them. Not a lot, but I love building airsoft high-speed guns. I love gas bullet rifles, so if you like them, subscribe. I will have some gameplay footage, not this Saturday, not in 2 days, but 9 days away. I don't know if we're going Saturday or Sunday, actually. I think it's Saturday. Better not speak on that because I don't know. But a few days later, after that, I will upload the YouTube video. Maybe even that day. I might do it that day because it's summer, so I might just hop on the computer when I get home and get it uploaded. But you'll see gameplay footage of this, and we actually might go play 2 places, so you might see CQB footage with the WEPDW. That was a mouthful. So I'll have gameplay coming up, and also next month, or even 3 weeks from now, the next place I go to after this Saturday, or next Saturday, I will get some footage with my AEG, hopefully. Get my MOSFET in, or if I just decide to throw the standard contacts in there. Anyways, stay tuned for more videos, guys.